Do you take prescription drugs every day? Maybe you take a prescription painkiller? Well, did you know that prescription opioids have been a major crisis in the US since 1991? The death rate started to spike, and ever since then have only detrimentally increased due to doctors prescribing pills. According to the CDC, on average, 130 Americans die every day from a prescription overdose. People are dying due to careless doctors who prefer to make millions rather than help fix the problem. The purpose of my presentation is to help spread awareness and inform people of the effects of opioids. Prescription opioids are a huge crisis in our country because they are highly addictive and can kill people. Not only are they just bad for you, but they can create addictions worse to other drugs such as heroin, crack, cocaine, meth. We would love to believe that we can trust our doctors, but that is not always the case. Moving on, I will inform you of the following: why opioids are not safe to use, what is in it for doctors to giving them to patients, and what can happen to an addict who takes them over a long period of time. At first thought, when you hear the word prescription, you think that it's safe. You think doctor ordered and you could take it. We think that medication is to help us, to make us healthier when we are sick, to make pain go away when we have pain. But in the case of opioids, one must know that they are highly addictive supplements designed to alternate the chemical in your brain. By doing so, our body becomes dependent on them and making us want to crave them and do anything that we could just to get our fix that day. Just like many people need their daily dose of caffeine, many people need their daily dose of their opioids prescribed by doctors. Opioids are bad for one's body because of the chemical made to use them and their lasting effects. 1 in every 10 humans ages 12 to older are addicted to opioids. Furthermore, after a while of taking these prescriptions, people start to build up tolerances, which means that they start to up their dose. Over time, you can go from taking 1 pill for a year to taking up to 8 pills 3 years later to help feel the way you felt when you first took that pill. To start you off, you should know that doctors just don't throw away these pills. Don't just throw around pills for no reason. There is a reason behind every pill that is given to someone, mainly opioids. They are not giving these away for their own good. They are making money off of them. According to Harvard, the more pain pills a doctor gives and sells to a patient, the more money he makes. We're not talking like a couple $100 here and there. We are talking millions of dollars. In rare cases, doctors will go to jail for this, but not always. Sometimes they get away with it. They get away with giving pills to people all the time. And it's very important that we stop this because we need to stop the epidemic. I mean, doctors are giving 15-year-old boys oxycodone for a broken leg. They are starting that boy's addiction at 15 years old, and that boy will struggle with addiction the rest of his life. The last thing I would like to speak on is what prescription opioids can do to a person. My dad was first prescribed oxycodone as a cough syrup when he was sick at the age of 20. Since then, he has taken prescription opioids every day for 20 years at crazy amounts of doses and crazy amount of pills every day. He would have alarms 20 minutes apart to take another pill. He would get this prescription from the same doctor and different doctors. But one day he got, they didn't fill his prescription because he went over, because he was upping his dose. That's what I was talking about with the tolerance. And he was about to go through a withdrawal and he couldn't handle it. So he went out someplace in Milwaukee and he got heroin, and now he has become addicted to heroin and crack. My dad, since then, has lost his job, he has lost his wife, he has lost his house, he has lost his car, and he has lost his kids. He is homeless, doesn't have anywhere to go, gets drugged by unemployment that our country gives to him. This is a very difficult thing because my dad was an amazing father, amazing husband, amazing everything. He was an amazing person at his job. He cared about people. But over the years, because of these doctors, my dad is now a drug addict. And that is hard to accept. And so that is why I'm speaking on this, because this is a very difficult thing. And in case you didn't know, the main things that these drugs come from are heroin, and that's what's in these drugs that they are giving to patients, and that is what my dad is now addicted to. We hope that one day my dad will be able to get help and overcome this, but sadly he has a very long road ahead of him. In conclusion, prescription opioids are highly addictive and not in our human nature to be taking. They should not be allowed in our country, and the effects should be taken more seriously. No more families should have to suffer from such a traumatic experience, and no one should be scared of getting addicted and having these prescriptions ruin their life. Thank you for listening.